One of the things I like to do is go back and look at old videos, old documentaries, and old TV shows other people have created on the Delphi case. And the reason is, the more information we find out, the more we're able to find out things from the past as they were said at the time that's closer to the date of the murders. This is important because it really tends to document the best version of people's memories about what they recalled. And I want to play you a couple of things today that I really think are going to open some people's eyes. And we'll start with this one here. And it's Kelsey German talking about the day she went searching on February 14th, 2017 with a search party to find her younger sister and to find Abby and Libby.
You know, that the girls fell in the water.
I was in the search group that actually crossed High Bridge. I remember running across that bridge because I knew that picture of Abby was at the end of the bridge, so they had to be over there somewhere.
So already Kelsey is taking the initiative to kind of be a detective herself and saying, hey, I know where that picture is taken from. She wants to be on the group on the daytime of February 14th that crosses the bridge with a search group because that's the last known place that the girls were.
We crossed the bridge, looked around underneath the bridge and the surrounding areas.
After hours of combing the trails, despite the enormous manpower, there is still no sign of Libby or Abby.
We were looking for two girls alive somewhere. And I remember hearing somebody yell up from the creek that they had found a shoe. And once they said what kind of shoe it was, I knew it was one of theirs.
Here comes the real important part. In online chat boards, message boards, we've heard people say, oh, well, somebody spotted a deer and that led them to the bodies. I've heard other people say, you know, they found the bodies because of this, because of that. But according to this People magazine story here, that's not exactly what happened at all. Here's what they investigated and say happened at that point.
So I was hopeful. I'm like, oh, they're going to find them. They're going to be alive, and we're going to get them back, and this is all going to be over.
At around 12:45 in the afternoon, one of the firefighters picks up a set of footprints and follows them to a location about half a mile east of Manon High Bridge. Moments later, his voice is heard over police walkie-talkies.
Heard some radio traffic that the girls may have been found.
So in a nutshell, there was a volunteer firefighter who was down at the bottom of the bridge that spotted footprints, and that's what led them the next morning, or the next afternoon actually, according to this, at roughly 12-something in the afternoon, to finding the girls' bodies. So, as I've stated in previous videos, investigators have sets of footprints that they can compare the shoe size to Richard Allen or some other perpetrator. They have shoe prints. So if any of those things are things that Richard Allen left in his house, that's going to be potential additional evidence. But the other thing that really stood out in this documentary, and again, it's People Magazine Investigates, Season 5, Episode 4, The Delphi Killer, and it's on, I believe, HBO Max. I'll have to double check. But if you go down here to the 21-minute and some change mark, there's something else I want everyone to see and watch for about a minute, because it's important. And here you go. Sorry for the delay. Sergeant John Perrine, Indiana State Police.
This video shows a white male wearing blue jeans and a blue jacket and a hat, walking with his hands in his pocket across what is known as the High Bridge in that area. This evidence was taken from Libby's phone. She had the wherewithal to take a video of this person that was walking toward them. And we've been able to build potential identification of the suspect through this video.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's back that up there for a moment. What did he just say? Did he say what I just think he said?
Take a video of this person that was walking toward them. We've been able to build potential identification of the suspect through this video.
We've been able to build potential identification of the suspect through this video. Now, is he just saying that and making a generalization? Did he misspeak? Or did they really have a potential identification of the person they thought was Bridge Guy back when this video was made and this interview was done in 2021? I would love to know what everybody thinks about this, because, again, I'm going to play it a third time. Listen to what he says. He's very matter-of-fact, and I've been a journalist for 27 years. It's my job to study people's body language. It's my job to understand and grasp the English language and people and how they use it. And this state police officer states very matter-of-factly that they have built a profile, not a profile even, an identification of the suspect back in 2021.
This evidence was taken from Libby's phone. She had the wherewithal to take a video of this person that was walking toward them. And we've been able to build potential identification of the suspect through this video.
So does that mean they had their eyes on Richard Allen or somebody else who they thought was Richard Allen before that? Let me know what you think in the comments, because again, he just is very, very definitive in the way he words that. Like, hey, this video has led us to potentially identifying who the suspect is. That doesn't mean, and I want people to remember this because it's important, even if they thought that they had enough evidence that it was Richard Allen back in 2021, they still have to have enough evidence to go to a judge to secure a probable cause search warrant. And I don't think they necessarily had enough information to secure that before they went and re-interviewed him. Now, we can talk which came first, the chicken or the egg. You know, did they know about Allen before they went and dug through their files and found out that he came forward in the early days? Or did they find that in their files and that's what led them to reopen the investigation? Obviously, detectives aren't going to come out and reveal that information until the trial, but I'm really, really interested to see if perhaps they were onto Richard Allen sooner than we thought, and Libby, her cell phone footage, didn't have more to do than we realize with the capture and the focus being put on Richard Allen all these years later still. Thanks, everybody.